Hi everyone, welcome to FS1 episode 16 on Teachers' Philosophy of Education. We have our learning outcomes, which is determine prevailing philosophies of education based on DepEd vision and mission statements, core values and mandate, the K-12 curriculum framework and guide, and RA 10533. Cite teachers' teaching behaviors and the philosophies of education on which these behaviors are founded, and articulate my philosophy of teaching. We are the beneficiaries of rich philosophical heritage passed on to us by great thinkers of the past and of the present. The way teachers relate to learners and the way they teach are anchored on philosophies of education. Basic documents such as the vision and mission statements, core values, and the mandate of the Department of Education, and the features of the K-12 curriculum as contained in Section 3 of RA 10533 and the K-12 curriculum guide are manifestations or expressions of the philosophies of education of the country. They state the standards and the outcomes of education towards which all curricular activities and the teaching learning should be directed. The DepEd vision. We dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country and whose values their competencies, enable them to realize their full potential, and contribute meaningfully to building the nation. As a learner-centered public institution, the Department of Education continuously improves itself to better serve its stakeholders. The DepEd mission. To protect and promote the right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education, where students learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. Teachers facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner. Administrators and staff as stewards of the institution ensure an enabling and supportive environment for effective learning to happen. Family, community, and other stakeholders are actively engaged and share responsibilities for developing lifelong learners. Our core values. First, we have maka-Diyos. Second, we have makatao. Third, we have makakalikasan. And lastly, makabansa. Moving on, let me introduce the 11 philosophies of education. First, we have essentialism. Teach mastery of the basics. The curriculum is prescribed. Subject matter centered, there are universal. Objective values inculcate values in subject matter. Additionally, core values of maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, and makabansa show that DepEd is essentialist. DepEd believes in unchanging values that need to be inculcated. The list of standards and competencies that learners are expected to attain is the subject matter that students are expected to learn. Second to the list is perennialism. Teach those that last. The classics, there are universal values. Inculcate these universal objective values. To add more knowledge, teachers uses variety of teaching methods that trains the students' minds. They recommend that students learn from reading and analyzing the works by history's finest thinkers and writers. The organization and well-disciplined environment in the early grades where teachers teach students how to read, write, speak, and listen that will prepare them to later grades to study history, literature, and philosophy. It is teacher-centered to achieve these goals. Third to the list is progressivism. Very child-centered. Teach those that interest the child. One learns by experience. Learners learn by doing so. Teachers' teaching is experiential. Values are subjective. No inculcation of values since they are subjective. Instead, teachers help students clarify their values. It is done by replacing homework with engaging in class activities that will stimulate the child's active learning. Also, by integrating modern technology and multimedia and assigning outputs and projects to learners. Fourth to the list is we have reconstructionism. School is agent of changing. Schooling is preparing students for the social changes. Teaching is involving the students in discussions of moral dilemma. The teachers involves the students in discussions of moral dilemmas to understand the implications of one's actions. Students individually select their objectives and social priorities and then, with guidance from the teacher, create a plan of action to make the change happen. Also, it is used to build a new social order and educate individuals into new behavioral roles and to be rationally educated learners. Fifth to the list is existentialism. Teachers teach learners to make a choice, to make decisions, and not merely to follow the crowd. One who does not make a choice and so simply follow others do not live meaningful life. An existentialist classroom typically involves the teachers and school laying out what they feel is important and allowing the students to choose what they study. All students work on different self-selected assignments at their own pace. Learners are taught about understanding the self and asked about their self-concept and what they identify as themselves. Number 6 in the list is pragmatism. That which is useful, that which is practical, and that which works is what is good. That which is efficient and effective is that which is good. Showing a video clip on mitosis is more efficient and more effective and therefore more practical than teacher coming up with a visual aid by drawing mitosis on a cartolina or illustration board. When teachers use their devices or technology to present the experiment or process during the class discussion, pragmatic teachers should explicitly teach students group work, cooperation, and negotiation skills. They should then encourage children to practice those skills throughout their daily tasks. 7 to the list is rationalism. Emphasizes the development of the learner's reasoning powers. Knowledge comes through reason. Teacher must develop the reasoning power of the learner. The DepEd core values, which is maka-Diyos, makatao, makakalikasan, and makabansa, is the proof that shows that DepEd applied rationalism in which they are practicing only for believing what is based on reason and provides the primary basis for knowledge. In Republic Act No. 10533, Section 5, which is curriculum development, there is a proof of application of the rationalism in which the curriculum shall be relevant, responsive, and research-based as the students is acquired through reason without the aid of the senses. Number 8 on the list is utilitarianism. What is good is that which is most useful to the greatest number of peoples. The DepEd vision, which is we dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country, shows that DepEd are also use utilitarianism, which it advocates actions that foster happiness or pleasure and opposes actions that cause unhappiness or harm. It would be aims for the betterment of society when directed toward making social, economic, or political decisions. In Republic Act No. 10533, Section 5, which is curriculum development, there is a proof of application of the utilitarianism in which the curriculum shall be culture sensitive, in which teacher approach offers no sense of what ought to constitute an education. 9th to the list is empiricism. Source of knowledge is through the senses. Teacher must involve the senses, aking learning. The DepEd vision, which is teachers facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner, is evidence that DepEd use empiricism wherein teaching learning of the students is based on human senses, wherein it shares the view that there is no such thing as innate knowledge, and that instead knowledge is derived from experience. In Republic Act No. 10533, Section 5, which is curriculum development, It shows that there is an application of empiricism in which the curriculum shall use pedagogical approaches that are constructivist, inquiry-based, reflective, collaborative, and integrative as teacher involves the senses in teaching learning of the students to be able to gain knowledge. Number 10 in the list is behaviorism. Behavior is shaped deliberately by forces in the environment, and that the type of person and actions desired can be the product of design. Behavior is determined by others rather than by person's own free will. Teacher must carefully shape desirable behavior. Drills are commonly used to enhance learning, rewards to enforce learning. The DepEd vision, which is students learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment, is one also a proof that DepEd applied behaviorism in which the teacher provides a positive reinforcement or rewards at the end of the day for their good behavior. Whenever students perform a desired behavior, they will learn to perform the behavior on their own. In Republic Act No. 10533, Section 5, which is curriculum development, it shows that there is a behaviorism by which the curriculum shall be learner-centered, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate. We teachers encourage students to perform desired behavior as they give reward for their good performance. Last but not the least is constructivism. Learners are capable of constructing knowledge and meaning. Teaching learning, therefore, is constructing knowledge and meaning. Teacher does not just tell or dictate but asks learner for knowledge they construct and meaning of the lesson. The DepEd mission, which is teachers facilitate learning and constantly nurture every learner, show also that DepEd is using constructivism as they help learners to construct knowledge rather than just passively take in information. As students experience the world and reflect upon those experiences, it helps to build their own representation and incorporate new information into their pre-existing knowledge. In K-12 curriculum framework, it shows that there is a constructivism in which it encourages students to consider this to share their valuable knowledge and experiences as the learner. And that is all for Field Study 1 Episode 16. I hope you have learned something. If you have any questions, please PM me directly. Thank you and see you next time. Bye!